weekly hybrid MLS breakfast meeting. My name is Lucia Tam from Kingston Realty, and I am the chair for the month of July. So welcome, everybody. At this moment, I'd like to invite Alina Chu from Glen Oaks Escrow to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you all had a great 4th of July celebration. Please join me in saluting our flag. Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. And at this moment, I'd like to invite Nanette on for the inspirational quote. Yay!
Good morning, everyone. Have everybody heard the song this morning? It's by Carrie Underwood. Lucia picked it. It's a very good song, very appropriate. It's called Let There Be Peace. Let there be peace, and let there be hope, and let there be love. From hearing that song, it led me to this inspirational quote. Peace does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. Because you all know that we've been living in a time where there's just gunfire, road rage, and we have trouble in paradise and hard work with clients, family, friends. So it means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. So let's just remember to be calm in your heart and just keep your violence within. Thank you.
Thank you, Nanette. Thank you. A little bit about me. I've been in real estate for 40 years now. Wow. I am a daughter of 2 immigrants from China, but I was born in Central America, in Panama. So I speak Spanish fluently. I speak my Chinese, Cantonese. My Mandarin is in, but my Toisanese is very good too, if anyone knows that dialect. And as far as my French is concerned, the good French, that is, okay, the good French, I can speak it as well. So I do normally some residential, mainly commercial management, residential management, and my forte is litigation, legal matters. So I'm always in court. I'm a liquidator. I think a lot of agents here don't get into this very often. It's a little small niche. So that's why a lot of the escrow officers and title companies don't see me, because the court tells me where to go. But yeah, that is what I do. And as far as outside of real estate, I've been in the federal and state government, TBAC for the Metro Transportation Business Advisory Council. For 9 years, I've been the chair. I've been in there for 25 years. Also at the Caltrans Advisory Council, I am also part of that, and the Los Angeles Unified School District Advisory Council. I guess my background is very extensive. I also work in Chinatown. I do put my time and effort into the Asian community. And but my best thing at heart are my children. I have 3 sons, 1 daughter, and 2 grandsons. Yes. So I'm a grandma. But thank you for having me this month as your chair, and I hope to share more with you in the next weeks to come. A few housekeeping tips. All participants will be muted upon entry to the MLS meeting, and should have a question. If you should have a question or a comment, please remember to enter it into the chat box. Please remember to join us weekly, as we will have our hybrid MLS breakfast meeting every Thursday at 9 a.m. We're all here live, if you could come. As always, this meeting is being recorded and will be available online on our YouTube channel West San Gabriel Valley Realtors. Please remember to follow WSGVR social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also watch all our pre-recorded videos on YouTube. Join our text message group for updates. Text WSGVR to the number 888-304-4055. The CRMLS rule 14.4, duty to correct and cooperate. A participant and subscriber within 2 business days of the citation must correct any violation of the rules and regulations and bring the listing into compliance. Failure to correct violations or cooperate with an investigation under the rules and regulations within the 2 business days correction period may subject a non-conforming listing to removal from the MLS database. Any fines levied against a participant under this section as a result of the actions of the subscriber under the participant may be transferred to an appropriate manager under the participant. So to know more about this, visit www.go.crmls.org/compliance for more information and resources. Today's agenda consists of our affiliate spotlight, Diana Beltran from Loyalty Escrow, followed by our guest speaker, Jason Kruckeberg, Assistant City Manager from the City of Arcadia. As a reminder that to be eligible for today's drawing, you must be a WSGVR member. We will be having an attendance drawing, WSGVR store gift card drawing, and 50/50 raffle. Today, our affiliate spotlight will be brought to you by the affiliate committee chair, Brandon Savansky, and vice chair, Joseph Gwen. So take it away, Deanna.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. So my name is Deanna, and I am with Loyalty Escrow. I was there, I believe, 2 weeks ago. I don't look like the picture anymore because I recently went dark on my hair. I'm not blonde anymore. So I need to do an updated picture. Yes, I just wanted to introduce myself, let you guys know a little bit about myself. As I mentioned, I have been doing escrow going into 16 years now. Do we have our pictures ready? Yes. I am married, been with my husband for 22 years. We have 5 kids together. So I have a full house. Those are my kids. I'm not having any more. I have way too many now, right? I have 2 boxers as well. My oldest is 22 years old, and I actually just became a grandma. My little grandson is 2 months old. We're new to Temple City. We opened up our own escrow company, me and my business partner, Sylvia, which I think you guys have met her before. I'm super excited. I found a passion in escrow. I love to do what I do. I love to help out the agents, the buyers, the sellers, you know. So anything that any of you guys need, please feel free to reach out to us. We're available, text, email, walk-in, calls. But yes, this is a little bit about myself. And, you know, I do want to be more present into the board and joining meetings and everything. So hopefully you guys will get to see me a little bit more.
Thank you, Deanna.
Thank you, guys.
We will now have our affiliate introductions for today. So all affiliates present today, please line up at the front. Please remember to support our affiliates with your transactions.
I packed or
Okay.
scan everything that
Okay.
I last week.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Yes. Good morning. Anyway, this is Judy Shaw from AA Capital, Senior Loan Officer. Have a great week. Thank you. Okay. You right? It's okay? Done? Should
Good
start.
morning. Good
Yeah.
morning,
Thank you,
everyone.
Judy. Our next affiliate is John Wax from Snap and HD.
Thank you, Lucia. Great job. Good morning, everyone. John Wax with Snap and HD for all your NHD tax, environmental, and FHDS card form needs. Have a wonderful day and a great weekend coming up. Short week. Thank you.
Thank you, John. We have Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America.
I don't believe she's here.
Is Unita here?
No, she's not here.
She's not here. Okay, we have Angie Tang of First American Title. Hi, she's here.
We're all out of proportion here. I'm Angie Tang, First American Title. Have a wonderful caravan, everyone.
Thank you, Angie. And I think we have Mark Wu here from Allstate Insurance.
I'm usually last with a W name, but Marco with Allstate Insurance for your property insurance fee, and have a delightful caravan, guys.
Thank you, Mark. We have Sandy Franco from First American Home Warranty.
Sandy is not here as well. Sorry.
Oh, Sandy's not here. Okay, so starting from Oriana.
Good morning, everybody. Oriana Chan with Prime Lending.
Good morning, Alina Chu from Glen Oaks Escrow. Have a wonderful day. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to you. This is Teresa Lamb with Corinthian Title Company. I feel like Hermit the Crab. I just came out of my cave. Anyways, I'm Maria Howard with Over Public Health Protection. You guys all have a fabulous day. Thank you.
Good morning. No songs, no coming out of the cave. Nancy Chan, lawyer's title, just do a good job.
I won't sing you a song, but I'll help you with your mortgage needs. I'm Cosmo Sanchez with Elaine Thunder. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chase with Morrison Plus Property Inspections. Everyone have a great rest of your day.
Good morning. This is Alex, your feng shui master. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, David Tran with Home Guard Home Warranty. I'm not a caveman, and I wish all the people here so I can give them a hug. I come here to the board for peace, and I wish world peace.
And I'm Lucia Tam, representing the Chinese American Real Estate Professionals Association, CAREPA. At this moment, I'm very happy to open pitching to our virtual MLS breakfast meeting. Today we have two featured listings, 7002 Vera Terrace in San Gabriel. Watson.
Good morning. No, I'm not sleeping on you. I have iPad here. Good morning, everybody. Do I pitch the property now? Yeah, this is it's a beautiful home on the cheapest price in the San Marino School District. Owner are relocating. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home, and in a nice secluded pocket of North St. Gabriel in the county area. Owner has been there for many years. Kids are all grown up. They're downsizing. It's a great buy. Come and check it out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Watson. Our next one is 671 East Camellia Way in Azusa. Is the agent here? At this moment, I'd like to introduce our speaker for today, Mr. Jason Kruckeberg. Jason has been with the city of Arcadia since 2006 and currently serves as the Assistant City Manager and Development Service Director. In his role, he manages planning, building, engineering, economic development, transportation business license, and code services for the city. Jason has over 25 years of local government experience in planning and community development, having served as planning director for the city of Canby, Oregon, and senior planner for the city of Pasadena prior to his employment at the city of Arcadia. Jason has an undergraduate degree from the University of California, Santa Cruz, and a master's degree in community and regional planning from the University of Oregon. So let us give him a very warm welcome to Jason Kruckeberg.
Everybody, thanks for having me. It's nice to be in person too. I know we're in this hybrid situation where we got half and half a lot of the times here, and sometimes that's a little challenging. So it's good to be here in person. Thanks for the invite. I actually live in San Gabriel, so this is a close drive for me to stop by on the way to work. So as the earlier speaker said, I don't think I look much like my picture anymore either, but we'll move ahead. So if you can hit the next slide. What I would like to talk to you about for a little bit today is just what's going on in Arcadia. We have a lot of development happening. Like every city, including San Gabriel, of course, and all the other cities in the region, we're dealing with the housing element issues that the state has required every city to produce a housing element. Even though the due date on that has recently been extended, we have been working with HCD, the Housing Community Development Department of the state, to get our housing element approved. So many of the projects I'll show you here today, and I'll whip through them pretty quickly because I'd be interested in hearing your questions. I know everybody's got a busy day, but I'll go through these projects pretty quickly and focusing mainly on the residential stuff that we have going on in Arcadia right now. So with that, this first project here is just to orient you on the graphic here. This is South Santa Anita Avenue, just north of Las Tunas, where Santa Anita hits Las Tunas. This is called the Enclave Development. It is recently approved towards the end of last year and has been graded and is moving forward. It's 33 new detached single-family homes. We don't get a lot of projects like this in Arcadia, as you can imagine. Most of our stuff is infill. As many of you know, we knock down a single family house and build another one, or we do mixed use projects and such. So these types of subdivisions are pretty unique, and this one is moving forward. So we can move forward to the next slide. We'll just kind of quickly go through these pictures. We can get the next one.
Sorry.
Just to show you kind of the subdivision here, what it looks like, and go ahead and keep scrolling here to the next slide. This is just an elevation of what that's going to look like from the street. So again, 33 units will start coming up here shortly. We like the fact that we're getting different housing types. We don't always need to be building large 6,000 square foot homes or something to that effect. So we are excited to be getting into some different housing types here recently, and this is one of them. So if we can move to the next one. Basically one block down is a project, one lot down from the one we just talked about. This is the corner of Las Tunas and Santa Anita. That graphic there shows the old development, which was the Sir George's Smorgasbord, if any of you remember that, as well as a number of other commercial developments. That's been redeveloped, already been built, just finishing up that project, 80 townhomes and a small commercial pad. There's a Starbucks there that's fairly new on the corner. And if you can go to the next one, again, kind of a new housing type. This was originally designed by Olson Company and was then purchased by Lennar Homes. And so we've got kind of a mixture of what looked to be single family and townhome types, 2-3 story product, as well as the commercial component in the front of that site. So this was somewhat of a controversial project at the time because it was one of our first commercial properties that transitioned into residential. And of course, we see that being really the wave of the future. Unfortunately, our commercial corridors aren't ever coming back the way that they were. This city, all the cities in the region, including Arcadia, are certainly falling into that boat. Nobody's going to redevelop a commercial building with let's say a 0.5 floor area ratio and build something just like that. So we're going to see a lot more of this type of development in the years to come. And we have a few more slides to show you that hit that type of development. This is just a current shot of what that project looks like from the street. Let's move to the next one. Yeah, so another commercial lot that has redeveloped. This is actually a commercial lot that did redevelop into another commercial project. This is just north of the REI, Santa Clara and Santa Anita, just south of the bridge there and the 210. This project was actually somewhat hampered by the fact that REI has a deed restriction on this property that doesn't allow certain types of businesses, doesn't allow residential. REI is a strict landlord. We love them, but they're a strict landlord. So move to the next slide. We'll show you what got built there. This is a unique project. This is a eye institute, a medical office on the the top level. and retail on the lower level. The middle two levels here are parking. So this is a kind of a unique project. We were a little worried about this one, how it might turn out, just because that's kind of a strange product type. But it's been successful. They are leasing the bottom level now. And if we could go to the next slide, we show you the current, that's a current shot of what it looks like today. So we're finishing up this one. And again, kind of an interesting project and shows you the power of a medical office right now. If we let it happen, we would have medical office in just about every tenant space we could get. We have in Arcadia. So they're currently leasing up the commercial on the ground floor. So we hope that that'll be a successful project moving forward. So next one. This one you've probably seen if you've driven by on Huntington. This is the Meridien Hotel, fairly new development in Arcadia, and has been one of our kind of success stories through COVID. They continued to develop the project as the pandemic happened and opened during a very scary time. And so they're still trying to capitalize and get going on their product. But this has been a really successful and good project for the city. If we can go to the next slide, we can see some images of the site plan. On the right side of that graphic is the actual hotel. On the left side is what's the second phase of this project, which is an 8-story, 96-unit mixed-use development. Includes about 10,000 square feet of commercial. It's already been approved, but again, through the pandemic and through all the struggles with financing, et cetera, right now, and the cost of materials and everything else that you see out there in the world, this project has somewhat been stalled. If we can have the next slide, I think we have a rendering. This is actually just an image of a photograph of the original rendering and a current shot of what the La Meridien looks like on the right-hand side. The next graphic is the mixed-use building there. So that is coming soon, right next to City Hall. So this is from my office. This is what I'll see in a few years, hopefully, as that comes up. But an important project, and I think we look forward to those units coming online. Right across the street from that is the old Parsons building. If you know that site, this is again across from the racetrack and right on Huntington Drive there. So the corner property there and the Parsons building have been part of another hotel proposal that used to be Hotel Indigo, and recently it has changed and is now likely to be a Hilton in this location. They're rehabbing the Parsons building and building a new tower. So if we move to the next slide, you can see what that site plan will look like. I think this is, if we have the room numbers, 165 rooms there. Again, adaptive reuse. This was approved a while ago too, and they've been working through the process of which flag is it going to be, how is it going to actually be rehabbed, some of the details. So we haven't completed building permits on this yet, but we do see that coming soon. And the next slide, I think, is a rendering of what that will look like from Huntington. It's changed a bit. It will look a little different than this, I think, once it's ultimately constructed, but another hospitality use in Arcadia. Cities always like hotels. There's TOT that go along with hotels. And we have done some work into looking at demand and just can't seem to find the bottom of the demand for this type of hotel. So we do believe it's going to work, and they have built a large parking structure there. So the parking situation is handled pretty well in this particular project. So next one. This is probably the largest project that we've seen in Arcadia, and it actually has been approved by the Planning Commission. It's going to the City Council next month. Actually, it's already been to the City Council. It's going back to them for what we believe will be an approval. Just to orient you, this is the very top right section of this slide is the Gold Line Station and the Arcadia Plaza there, Transit Plaza. The building that has the circular element there to the left of the slide is the Rusnak Mercedes-Benz on Santa Anita and Santa Clara in Arcadia. And across the street is that 8-story office building that we have there. Behind that, we have a 319-unit project that's going in. Go to the next slide. This is really a game changer for Arcadia. This is not something that I think a lot of the founding fathers probably envisioned when the downtown was kind of platted out and figured out. But This is a project that really we think is going to be very successful in this area. Back 10 years ago, when we first started redoing our general plan and looking at what downtown Arcadia could be with a train coming in, light rail station, mixed-use development, and reinvestment into the downtown was our number one goal. And so we now have a couple of projects that are meeting that goal, and this is really a big one. This is going to include a subterranean parking element. It's going to control the parking for both that 8-story medical or 8-story office building, as well as this project. So they're going to be on the same site together. The next slide, just another slide. This is the another vision of this. This is the Wheeler elevation. So this is like, if you know the Arcadia post office there downtown, this is just down the street on Wheeler from that looking north. So we think it's going to be a successful project. The next one is, this project is also in our downtown. If you know the restaurant Matt Denny's, there on the north side of Huntington Drive. This project was entitled a couple of years ago, also during the pandemic. It's another mixed use project. And if we go to the next slide, we can see an elevation of that. 139 apartment units. There's 10,000 square feet of commercial here. They have been in plan check. They are going through that process of getting building permits. Very complicated project. A lot of development agreements involved, some parking easements, et cetera. So this is a challenging one. And the developers, I think, are finding that infill housing is about as tough as it gets to develop. And this one is a challenging one, but we're excited for it. And the parking again has been dealt with for it. We feel like it's going to be a good addition to the downtown and create some vibrancy in downtown Arcadia. Next one. More mixed use. This is just to the south of the Rusnak Mercedes-Benz. This is kind of our Main Street. The little red circular building, of course, is the Denny's site with the windmill on the opposite side of Santa Anita and Huntington. And this site has been going through the planning process for a 5-story mixed-use development as well. And again, I mentioned the downtown vision and the specific plan, the master plans that the city did for downtown Arcadia several years ago, maybe almost 10 years ago, coming kind of to fruition here as we look at this project. So again, I think we've got the next slide shows just another elevation, and this is early in the process. It probably will look a little different from that. I think that corner element's going to change, but again, a situation where we're really trying to keep a commercial streetscape to the extent that we can, but inject some vitality and some life with some units into these areas that we feel can benefit from that type of a population to support the rest of the commercial development in the area. So this is 157 units. And this is kind of a sneak peek at one coming down the line. This is the Derby restaurant site. And the owner of the Derby has been contemplating a project that would retain his restaurant. Obviously that's very important for the city. It's really weaved into the history of the city, and anybody who's been to the Derby probably feels that. The owner is very interested in keeping it the way it is, but he has an opportunity. He also now owns the Sioux Plantation site, which closed recently there to the east along Huntington Drive. And so this project is early in the process, but it's been submitted, and we are working through kind of the initial steps of the environmental impact report that goes along with this, and seeing if this project will actually go forward. So again, any Derby fans out there, it's still going to be there. No, don't throw anything at me or anything like that. This is something that's really important to the city. So it's that his whole idea, his whole dream and vision here is to retain it and build everything around it. So then the final one I'll mention, I know I've talked a lot, and there's a lot of big projects. This is the old Vaughn's headquarters site on Mitchellinda and Huntington Drive, where H Mart is. And the property behind H Mart has been vacant for many, many, many years. Used to be one of the old standalone department stores, May Company, for those of you who've been here a long time. Although we would love to have a May Company or some massive commercial use come back, those don't seem to exist in these infill sites anymore. So we are looking at a potential project that would keep H Mart and the commercial on the front side of that site along Huntington, and redevelop the back end of this property with residential uses. So All these projects that I mentioned they're all large. They all go towards that housing element, affordable housing requirement that I think I mentioned in the beginning. The state says that Arcadia needs to create 3,214 units in 8 years. Although I'm going to tell you that's not going to happen. We have to try, and many of those need to be affordable units, as you all know. So we're working in affordability requirements into all of these larger projects. We feel like that's the best way to accommodate affordable units in a city like Arcadia with property values that we have, is to integrate those units into the overall collective whole of the project so that those units can actually be built and subsidized by the developer. City's not subsidizing that at this point anyway. And we do think that that will be successful. Some of the projects I mentioned actually most of the projects I mentioned have an affordability component to them. So with that, I'll stop talking. I think that's the last slide. All these projects and more are at this this website, our website, arcadiaca.gov/projects. If anybody's interested in that, you can sure check those out. My email address is up here as well, jkruckeberg@arcadiaca.gov. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you have now or later. So.
All right, the reason I'm asking is that on Baldwin, south of Huntington, all the way to Duarte, or even down to Camino Real, the traffic there is pretty bad, and a lot of small business owners don't have parking. So I was wondering, is there any way of putting a building structure? Because the kids over there, they will park just like Alhambra in the parking structure and walk to the businesses.
Yeah.
And it's been like that for many years.
Yeah. So yeah, the question for anybody who missed the first part of it is South Baldwin, the district there, is there possibly putting a public parking structure or something like that? And the answer is yes. I mean, the Baldwin district, it's definitely our most successful commercial district. And a parking problem is not a bad thing in these days. It's a frustrating thing, but it's not a bad thing for the businesses. And a lot of it is, as I think you just said, is the fact that a lot of those developments there are they're plazas where there's a lot of in and outs, and that's that access management issue where you've got lots of driveways and lots of restaurants and things like that create challenges. So we've been talking to the owners of the hub site, which is where Burlington Code Factory is and all that, about potential redevelopment and potential joint partnerships that could work there. Some of the other developments in the area, we had conversations early on, and they didn't work out because of the pandemic. But with the old bowling alley site, which has now become kind of an arcade type of use, there was another project that had been proposed there that we were looking to be involved with to create additional parking. So we're aware that that situation exists for sure. And as we come out of COVID, the other thing that a lot of cities are going to be doing is being a lot less restrictive with what goes into certain areas, right? So we have to be, for the fact that landlords need to fill spaces, we're going to be less worried about maybe too many restaurants going into a site. So I think those issues that you're identifying will keep happening. So we're trying to get out in front of that with joint agreements as developments come in for parking as well. So thanks for the question. Any other questions for me? Then you, okay.
Thank you, Jason, for your presentation here. I'm impressed with the fact that you're building or allowing to be built apartments, which we haven't seen in a long, long time, apartment buildings. And I appreciate the fact that your location has great transportation between the metro and the bus systems and all that. You've got to continue getting these people from point A to point B without putting them on the street. Because with as many units as you're putting into the city, there's going to be a lot of cars, and a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
So I think that metro system is going to be very important to you.
Right.
So thank you very much.
Sure. And I'll address the parking issue a little bit because that's clearly the number one thing that we're looking at with all of these developments is parking and traffic and how it all fits together. And these patterns are changing a lot. And I think it's a little naive for us all to believe that the light rail station is going to solve all our problems, so we don't need to provide parking. We're not doing that, but we are trying to work with developers. And luckily, we've had very good developers who have a lot of experience with developing these types of projects in other park places. And they know the right sized parking units to be able to create for their type of development. So it's going to be a work in progress. We're going to have to work through it, but that is obviously whenever we're doing an environmental impact report or whenever we're looking at any of these projects, that's the number one concern from everyone. So I appreciate the comment. Okay.
Hi, Jason. I have a couple of questions. My name is Karen Herrera. I'm the Governmental Affairs Director for the West San Gabriel Valley Realtors, formerly with the City of Doherty. Couple of questions. I can imagine you did mention your RENA numbers are quite large, about 32, a little over 3,200. And I am so impressed with all the different types of developments that Arcadia is undertaking, so different from the Arcadia of the past, with an emphasis on housing. But a huge issue for the state of California, as well as for the California Association of Realtors, is affordable housing. And in all those beautiful projects you mentioned, I only saw 26 affordable units. And so I'm just wondering, maybe you didn't designate them in the various slides, but I'm hoping with those units are going to be a lot more affordable units, because also as a part of this whole discussion is, I know recently Arcadia had the opportunity to do a tiny homes project for the homeless, and that was voted down. And the homeless numbers are up all over Southern California. And affordable housing is a key element to ending homelessness. So I'm just curious a little bit more about what Arcadia's vision is now that your RENA numbers are really coming through.
Yeah, I appreciate that. The 3,214 units, I'm not going to get the exact number right, but it's something like 1,100 of those are supposed to be low and very low level for affordable. So that's extremely challenging to do. And yeah, the 26 units were probably just on that slide because my guy who made it was happy about putting them on there. But many of the other projects will have a requirement based on the state's density bonus requirement. So they're looking for density bonuses in most of those cases to make it pencil. The project at the Derby is looking at doing affordable units. The project at the Vaughn site, the other downtown project that I mentioned next to Matt Denny's, all of those have a component of affordable housing. Is it enough? No, it's just flat not enough. But we, as part of our housing element, which again, I mentioned we've sent to the state, this is our third iteration. The state's kicked this down twice now. San Gabriel got theirs approved, so they did something right. So we're at round 3. Part of that is a recommendation to require an inclusionary housing ordinance. And that is, we've put that as our top priority once the state approves our housing element within, I want to say within 6 to 9 months. I don't know the exact number, but I think we promised that we would be adopting a inclusionary housing ordinance. And for those who don't know, that would be a requirement that every project that came in had at least, in our case, 15% affordable units associated with it, which is more than the state allows for density bonus requirements in most cases. So we're trying, and we're trying to get out in front of that. And so having an inclusionary housing ordinance is the first step, because then it's just the law. And so these folks who come in and propose requirements, they know they have to do that. And we as a city, I think, are looking at ways to subsidize. That's the big thing. Of course, when redevelopment, I'll get into a whole state discussion here about redevelopment going away and all the money that we used to get from the set aside for affordable housing that we don't get anymore, and how challenging it is for cities to subsidize projects. But that is something that our council is going to be knee deep in real soon. Yes, and we've been working. Yep. For sure. And it's the issue of our time. I mean, I don't think we as development people, we can look at a lot of pretty pictures, but at the end of the day, yeah, that's the issue of our time, is how are we going to accommodate that? I think we're trying to do that in every tool we have.
Hello. What do you consider affordable housing?
Where's this question coming from? Oh, there it is. I heard the voice. Yeah, affordable housing per the county. We're following the county requirements. So the county sets every year certain requirements for median income at various levels, from moderate to very low income. So that's set by the county, and we follow those. We don't have our own standards. So when I use a term like very low, that's a term of art. And very low is actually not very low for a lot of people. That's the scary thing, right? As you look at those numbers and moderate affordable housing, most of our cops and firefighters can't afford that. So it's a very scary time in this part of the region. And so we're doing what we can to get these units out there, make sure that they're subsidized for a long period of time.
Thank you very much, Jason. Thank you. It was very informative since we don't know too much about the developments in Arcadia. Now we do. So we know in the next few years what's going to happen. So thank you very much. Now, at this moment, it's time for our West San Gabriel Valley Realtors drawings. Attendance drawing. All WSGVR members are included in the attendance drawing. Not all can be displayed, but all are included. So the part right now is $625. If we don't get a winner, $25 gets added to the pot each week until we have a winner. If we get a winner, pot will begin again at $25. If for our last breakfast meeting of the year, we still don't have a winner, we will draw names until we get a winner. So winner must be present, either live or virtual. So when your name is called, you must announce that you are present. So let's do that. Let's see if you're here. You're here? I'm here too. From Carol. Don't know her either. Not here? There it goes, $625. So next week, it was $650. Let's see who's gonna be lucky. You must be here. Remember that. Now we're gonna do our West San Gabriel Valley Realtor store drawing. Now for this particular drawing, we're gonna select 3 winners from those attending in person. See, there's something good about being here, right? Okay, so we're gonna take it from all these people who are here.
After she's done, after she's done.
There comes the first one. Karen Chin from KCP Group. She is very lucky. She won again. Oh, the next one is Kimberly Shi. She's right next door. Okay. One more. Let me see. Pauline Lamb. Congratulations to all 3 of you for being here. Oh yes, we do have an MLS that we missed. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, use the middle one. Not yet.
No?
No?
Not yet.
Push a little bit harder. Oh. It was on. There you go.
Good morning, this is Alice Dykeman with Remax Elite. I know outside is very hot and I have a fan. So you look into my open house day, I'll give you a fan. Okay, this is regarding 777 East Valley, number 10, senior complex, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I don't know why the new listing hit on the market on July 4th and I submitted a caravan and it's not on the system. But anyway, the price is so good. 559,999, and I expect to have multiple offers. And the good thing is, has 2 separate parkings. So come around. Thank you. Yes. 55. Senior Complex.
Thank you very much. She came with a fan and all. Okay. Before we go to our next drawing, which is our 50-50 raffle, I'd like to present Jason with a little gift of appreciation for coming here live today. So, Jason, from the Los Angeles Valley Realtors, a gift card. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Our 50-50 raffle. Oh.
Education first. Education first.
Education classes first. Okay. Oh my goodness, if I could read it, that would be very, very nice.
There's a printout on your.
That's yours. I'm not gonna find it here. Oops. Whoops. Whoops. Sorry, guys. This is what happens for being here the first time. Okay. Our education classes. 45 hours DRE license renewal, continuing education. It's on Friday, July the 8th, and it's $85 from 9:30 to 12:30 if you need that. Zip Forum Plus hybrid training is on Monday, July 11th, 9:30 to 12:30, and it is free. Commercial seminar, how the CCIM designation impacts my career. That's on Tuesday, July 12th, from 12 to 1, and it is free too. Mediation of RPA disputes on Tuesday, July 12th, from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m., and the cost is free. So please make sure that you take advantage of all these courses and register for them. Okay, so at this moment, we do have our 50-50, huh? Okay,
Yes.
how much is our 50-50? Huh?
25.
$25. I guess that's it. We need more people here every week in order to get it high, right, David? He wants to open state gambling. So anyways, we have to give David a little bit of support. He comes here every Thursday. So we should get more people coming here every Thursday to try to get more money. Okay, here it goes. And the number is 621. Yes. Everybody got that one, right? 9. Yes. 1. Yay. 7. Oh, all the way back there.
Check the ticket. Confirm the ticket.
Yay, that's great. Well, $25 is good money. You can get a couple of lunches for one person with inflation.
Give her the ticket, Lucia.
Oops, sorry, I put it back.
Okay.
917 and last 3 numbers. Okay. All right. Please join us next week as we welcome Attorney Kelly Richardson. His topic will be the top 10 things HOAs are struggling with in 2022. So there's a lot of things that we should learn about what's going on with the HOAs. So Attorney Kelly Richardson will be here live again. So congratulations to West San Gabriel Valley Realtors on 100 years. Yay, 100 years. Thank you everyone for joining our meeting today. And we hope to see you next week, Thursday at 9 a.m. This meeting is now adjourned.